Hi guys, we get a lot of questions about how I get my hair and my waves so silky smooth. So I'm gonna let you in on the secret now. We have these 100% satin do-rags. These are good for all hair types and textures, whether you have waves, whether you've got plaits, whether you've got dreads, whether you just want to keep your hair flat. Gents as well. This is for the man them, you know. Don't tell anyone I told ya. If you want to extend that haircut, then throw on your do-rag, man. Tie it at night, you roll around, it flattens the hair. Ladies, you get your nice little do on, you want to look good, you got a big date coming up. Tie it down, boo. You don't need to worry about it messing up when you wake up. You jump up. Come, so you ready for road, man? 100% satin do-rags. Click the link in the bio.
I got my new thing imported. I got the Chris in the order. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford it. Look what I did with the bag. Look what I did with the bag. I got a thing in the back, and I ain't taking no chat. I got my new thing imported. I got the Chris in the order. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford.
Follow us on Instagram at Express Truth Show.
Unfiltered people, Express Truth Show, making Thursdays great again. Before we do anything else today, big up the Patreon crew, big up the YouTube crew, big up the Spotify crew. People, you already know what to do, man. If you're in the building, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and the new one, leave a comment, man. Algorithm business that we are dealing with, people. Now we're back up in the building. Gonna break this thing down today. But before we do anything else, let me introduce my co-host, Stephen Brown. Stephen, what's going on, man?
Summertime. Yo, listen, making Thursdays great again, never late again. It's a dynamic duo, man, back in full effect. Your favorite podcast, changing the world one Thursday at a time. Unapologetic, unbiased, and always unfiltered. Cake, talk to me nice, man.
Yeah, man, we in the building, man. What you saying, Stephen? I'm here chilling, relaxing, taking it easy. You know me, ready to break this thing down.
I want the same kind of vibes, man. That's the same energy, G. That's all man can do. You know what it is? It's mad. I got my you know when the Chromecast goes idle, I'm seeing a picture of a monkey on my screen that man took the other day. Anyway, I'm seeing monkey next to playing and all of that. Well, yeah, sorry, I say that to say this, man. Back up in the building, man. Changing the world one Thursday at a time, all that gas and jazz. What we saying though before we kick it off like a game of FIFA, man? What you say?
Yeah, man, we're here, man. We're here, and we're definitely, most definitely here to break this thing down. Here to break this thing down to the point where we ain't posted yet on TikTok in a minute. We ain't posted on there in like over a month, over 2 months even.
Oh yeah, I don't mark. It's probably about 3 or 4 months. I don't go on TikTok at all anymore.
TikTok is I don't know how.
I've kind of let it go. I'm talking personally.
No, I know what you mean. I don't know how their algorithm works though, because you post a video, nothing goes on. We post this clip. This is what I'm saying, Stephen. I ain't even spoke to you properly today. Posted a clip on TikTok about this thing, what we're going to discuss today. When I refreshed the page, I'm talking 15 minutes. 20,000 views on TikTok. And now it's on like 60,000.
Our one?
Yeah, from the stream, talking about Diddy. 12 minutes, long form as well.
I know you, man, covered it on the stream. Let me check.
Long form as well, you know.
You're making me log into TikTok.
Yeah, man. Long form as well. 62K it's on right now. It might be a bit more than that now. TikTok need to push out the Express Truth things, man, because look at that. We lick algorithm, 62K. Probably on more than that, I ain't checked it. But people want to hear the realness on this thing. So we're going to get into this thing because a lot of people want to hear the facts and, no water down thing, no tiptoeing. They want to hear the realness, man, on this P. Diddy situation. So this is probably episode 4 on P. Diddy, probably even 5 if you put in the stream and all of that. Probably even 10.
There's been a few, man. There's been a few.
But this one, though, This one, crazy. So people, let's get into this thing. So P. Diddy, now we know the long list and the long ongoing process in P. Diddy's cancelling or P. Diddy's exposing. Maybe it's better I say that. This has been going on for quite a while now. There has been rumors of sex trafficking. There has been rumors of abuse. There has been rumors of coercive control. There has been rumors of, I know it goes under abuse, but domestic violence. There has been rumors of robbing people, using people. There's been rumors of being gay and hiding it. There's been a lot of rumors on Diddy's name, a lot. But one thing about these rumors was this. Although we had seen little video clips of this or little video clips of that, questionable things, there was never nothing concrete that was ever released to the public. And what's happened now is a video has leaked to CNN that actually shows P. Diddy in action. Now, in this video, P. Diddy is seen, well, Cassie is seen walking very fast down a hallway of a hotel.
Yeah.
We then see P. Diddy come running after Cassie, only in a towel. And when he catches up to Cassie, he aggressively throws her to the ground. Then he aggressively kicks her with like a football kick. Then he picks up her belongings and then goes back and stamps on her. Now, not even if we still ain't done, you know, they say her eye was black at this point already. You then see another video angle of the two, Cassie standing in the corner and Diddy sitting down. And he takes a vase, a glass vase, and throws it at Cassie. Now, this footage is absolutely crazy. There is no excuse that anyone can put up for this behavior. There is no debate. There's no alternative opinions or anything that you can say about this behavior. What this does is it highlights and almost confirms what a lot of us already knew. And that is that this man has allowed money, power, and fame to get to his head that much that he believes it's okay to treat people in this way. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, yeah, it could be a one-time thing or A, B, or C. People, nah, man, let's not kid ourselves. Let's keep this thing 1,000. This is not a one-time thing, and I'll break it down. My man came out into a public setting with no top on, which shows you that he's not afraid of public presence, A. B, he threw her to the ground, and when he threw her to the ground, he hasn't felt no remorse. So it's not like he's dashed her to the ground and said, damn, that was a moment of rage, what have I done? He then goes on to kick her and then stamp on her and then throw a vase at her. He's done all of this in a public setting. So you have to ask yourself, what would he do in a private setting? The reason why my man feels so comfortable to be able to not only handle a woman like this, but his woman like this, I'll keep it real, people. He's able to do that because he's rich and famous. And in today's stupid, foolish world, rich and famous equals power. And people that have power are able to buy things. And my man was able to buy that tape for 50,000 and feel comfortable. Imagine knowing that a tape like that is out there about you. A tape like that is out there of you, and you continue living your life in that same sort of way. It's absolutely crazy. And this is one of them things that the whole of the gender wars community, the whole of the podcast community, the whole of the influencers, all of that. No one can have no alternative view on this situation. My man has been outed now. If you was on the fence, you shouldn't be on the fence no more. You can see what my man's about. And it's crazy because now any other allegations that come up against his name, you got to take them serious. You can't take them lightly. Stephen, what are you saying, man?
Why? What am I saying about the Diddy? We definitely knew there was something sick and strange in that relationship. From Cassie came out with was it civil? It was a civil case, yeah, civil. The civil case against him, and then he paid her in record fashion and blah blah blah. Because I feel like there was a dossier and some of the information got leaked, so it was sex parties and da 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 and all of that. But even people who were making a defense for him, I feel like there was no real defense for the abuse claims because before this video came out, Mark, so maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks ago or so, or however long ago, I don't know if you saw the clip. It was Young Jack. I think he was on Vlad TV again, and he was talking about how he must have been somewhere. I think he was with his lady or whatever. He was then with Diddy, he was with Cassie, and they were just out drinking, da da da, just normal settings, yeah. So that's for these Hollywood people, normal settings. And Young Jack said that there was a white girl who walked past, and she had that haircut. You know that haircut Cassie had with the half shaved off.
Yeah.
Remember when she had that style?
Yeah.
throw your mind back. I know it was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
I remember the time because a lot of other girls copied that style.
Yeah, everyone, yeah, exactly. That was one of them big ones. Everyone started doing it. Apparently, Diddy saw that and looked at Cassie and said, "Yo, you're going to shave your head tomorrow, you know?" And she goes, "What? You're going to shave your head tomorrow?" She goes, "Okay." And then Young Jack said that he said to her, "Yo, you really going to shave your head?" She goes, "Well, if it's what Sean wants." You know what I'm saying? That's definitely controlling behavior, 100%. You know what I'm trying to say? But my whole thing is, these videos come to light. There's no denying it. There's no debating it. There's no trying to dissect it. It is what it is. He put his hands and feet on this woman, yeah? There's no reason good enough, but for whatever reason. But there should be no reason. It shouldn't go on, so especially in a public setting as well. Like Mark said, he's ran down the hall in a towel, got her, dragged her down, kicked up, left, right, punch, jab, all them thing there. Wiped his feet on her, everything. And then they were saying, because I know the admin put up the clip, I think there was a piece more at the end of the clip. Apparently, I believe he sat down in the lounge area or wherever that was in the hotel. And there was some like plastic vases or something, and he started throwing them at her and all of that. And then she came back out and tried to make a call, and then it was a whole cluster F. It was a whole clusterfuck. It was one big mess. But then now he's come out and done some, you know, the usual apology video. So let me set up the apology video. Let me sit in front of the camera, looking at the camera, try to look sad. I'm so sorry. Me never do it again. I was really mashed up at the time, XYZ, etc., etc., etc. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's come out now. Diddy's a maniac. But then even before this video came out, from the whole thing hit, I know his security, a few people have called him out, but I know his security has been on a little press run. He's running around saying, "Yeah, I saw him with XYZ and XYZ and da 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 da." But I always say with those kind of situations, if I'm around, I'm not even gonna say you, Mark. If I'm a security guy, I'm a personal security, yeah. I'm around someone committing effery, and I don't say anything. I'm not gonna say I stop it because I may not have the power to stop it, but I don't at least say something. Does that not make you complicit?
Definitely.
So aren't you almost as bad as the person committing said acts?
You are.
So why you didn't say anything, but now you want to do a whole press tour and tell everyone, yeah, I saw this guy doing this. Yeah, there was guys going in the room. Yeah, this, that. To me, that's just chatty patty behavior. But I don't know. I might just look at things differently, because that's how people. I feel like that's how we are now. Like, instead of trying to affect change and do the right thing in the moment, people would rather say, hold on, let me hold on to this and then I'll have a story for later. You know what I'm trying to say? And you're running around, you're on this platform, you're on that platform. I know you're not going there for free. So you're complicit as well, man, because you're also benefiting from someone else's trauma now. Whether it was Cassie's, whether it was someone else he had, whether it was this person he had. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So you're just going around being a chatty patty, walking, talking, like all these Hollywood weirdos. I put them all together, man. I put them all together. Like they're just I don't know, man. It seems that you have to either be cut from a different cloth to survive in that world, or your head just has to be very strong.
1,000. And you know the maddest thing, Stephen, what I feel like is not being discussed enough, which we can discuss it right now, yeah? Puff Daddy's apology. There's a part in that apology, yeah, where he says, I reached rock bottom. You remember that piece? He goes, yo.
I'll be honest with you, I couldn't finish it because it was so disingenuous. I couldn't sit through it.
Nah, it was cringeworthy. It was very cringeworthy, but
Continue.
He says in a piece of that apology, that he had hit rock bottom. Now, what you have to remember is this, P. Diddy was one of the main contributors to changing hip hop into like a money and flossing thing. That he was one of the people that ushered that in, where he made maybe one or even two generations believe that the number one goal and purpose in life was money. That's P. Diddy played a part in that. Now, this is a man who's meant to have Ciroc, private jets, big boy mansions, all of this jewelry. So what rock bottom is he on about? Based on how he presents himself, what rock bottom is he on about? Because we're talking about an incident that took place in 2016. Now, that weren't even that long ago, Stephen. If you really think about it, 2016, I can remember what we was probably doing back then. But if you go back to 2016, do you remember him ever coming out and saying to the public, yo, I'm going through depression, or I'm going through this, or I'm going through that? Do you remember that?
Not as far as I can recall.
Because he didn't. And you know why he didn't? Because all of these celebrities put on this facade to the public as though that money is the only thing that you need in this world. Now, if he was truly going, because I think it's rubbish, but if he was truly at rock bottom and going through all of these problems, why didn't he come out and speak to his fans about it? To make them understand that money is not the only objective in this life. Now, you know why he didn't do that? He didn't do that because my man knows that he puts on a facade to the public as though he's this big money man, which he is, of course, but as though this money is all you need. That's all you need is money. And that's why he's been able to run around, create chaos, abuse people, keep up a madness. He's been able to do that because if anybody gets in his way, they can usually be silenced with what? Money.
Exactly.
Which is why the hotel, imagine, like you said, Steven, a personal security, or even forget a personal security, a man who watches security cameras.
Yes.
Imagine a man seeing that, a man seeing a celebrity, not only a celebrity, a mogul, a person who would have easily went down a legend without all of this nonsense. My man's behaving in that way based on having money. And a man's looked on the screen, seen him do that, dash down the girl like that, fully give her a football kick and then a stamp and then dash a vase on her. We're talking about, that's way more than even abuse. You're talking about abuse, control. The girl's probably living in fear. So you got to think to yourself now, my man's truly living up to when, when people say he's this or he's that or he's this, usually you'll be like, yeah, whatever. Like you say that about every man. He's truly what they're saying he is. Because look at how he dealt with the girl. Like, that was literally like, you're nothing to me. Like, you're nothing. You can't leave me. And if you do try and leave me, like, that's some real fear-mongering thing. So that goes to make me really believe that it's factual that she could not leave this man. Like, literally could not leave this man or could not do anything to combat this man's behavior. Because when all that stuff came out, Stephen, about the freak offs and all that, I'm like, yeah, you probably, yeah, freak offs, but you was a willing participant. But when you see a video like that, you don't know what he was saying to her. He could have easily been saying, yo, if you don't participate, then this is what's going to happen, or that's what's going to happen. So it's crazy. It just kind of brings a different perspective. Watching that video changes everything about his accusations. Because, yeah, you know he's a sicko. Yeah, everyone's saying no, Diddy. We know all of the rest of it. But when you actually look at that and look at the mannerisms in which he ran out of a hotel room, the 4 strikes that he gave her, like, he didn't calm down at all. From the first strike, he wouldn't look and say, yo, that's my girl. Yo, let me call that. The man just went full mental on her. Mental. Crazy. What are you saying, Steven?
Maybe, you know what it is? You're right, Mark. Definitely with the money and the fame. But maybe he just feels like, I won't even say felt like, feels like I'm him. I can do whatever I want. You know what I'm trying. Well, he definitely does. He definitely does. And then the money and the fame are probably just enhance that feeling. Do you know what I mean? Because how many times do we hear stories of people abusing their power? People do it every day. It's just that they're not all music and drinks moguls and it hits the headlines. You know what I mean? People abuse their power every day. It's easier. It's probably easier to show me a person who wouldn't abuse their position of power versus someone who would. Because the way the world's looking and how it's sounding right now, it seems like the majority of people would abuse whatever power. We've seen it, Mark. You've seen it. You've probably seen it in workplaces and stuff. Someone gets a little promotion. The power tripping.
Facts.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a human nature thing. I don't know if it's a chemical imbalance thing. I don't know if you get said position of power and certain chemicals are released into the brain. I don't know what it is. But why, Cassie, man? So how did she get away in the end, then, man?
In the end,
like, how did she escape the relationship?
So what happened was, the guy that she's with now was Diddy's personal trainer. So when he used to be personal training and all that, that's how that link up came about. And then she just ended up cutting because maybe when she's met my man, he's built up a confidence in her, and then she's ended up just cutting. But it definitely appears though my man was fully like fear-mongering this girl.
No, 100%, Mark, 100%.
You know what I mean? When you look at that video, it changes the narrative completely.
Hi, guys. We get a lot of questions about how I get my hair and my wave so silky smooth. So I'm gonna let you in on the secret now. We have these 100% satin do-rags. These are good for all hair types and textures, whether you have waves, whether you've got plaits, whether you've got dreads, whether you just want to keep your hair flat. Gents as well. This is for the man them, no. Don't tell anyone I told ya. If you want to extend that haircut, then throw on your do-rag, man. Tie it at night, you roll around, it flattens the hair. Ladies, you get your nice little do on, you want to look good, you got a big date coming up. Tie it down, boo. You don't need to worry about it messing up when you wake up. You jump up. Come, so you ready for road, man? 100% satin do-rags. Click the link in the bio. Yeah, there's no air. It's black and white. There's no area of grey. There's no argument. Anyone who you hear trying to take up for Diddy now is just an absolute sausage and a donut.
Yeah, facts. You'll get people that do it, but there's nothing to take up for. Like, you're looking at a man, like, throughout a lot of these allegations. So if you look at, like, say, we're talking about domestic violence. So when someone's accused of domestic violence, like, say, Jonathan Majors, yeah, that's laughable. That wasn't domestic violence, but that's why you hear so many people going hard against it, because you'll see a situation like that and they're trying to say Jonathan Majors is what Diddy was. You see what I'm saying? But when you actually see how Diddy was moving, you can see that he genuinely looks at girl like, let me word this properly. He genuinely looks at a woman as though she is nothing. This is not it's never okay. First of all, let's just get that straight. But this is not no situation where the two of them were tussling for a phone or the woman found something in his phone this was a straight down, no gray area like you said, Stephen. This was domestic abuse, nothing else. Domestic abuse. This was a man who literally thinks or is portraying himself to be or is a version of an abuser. A real-time abuser where you've grabbed down and dashed her down like that. She's scared of you. And this is what I'm saying. Imagine, Stephen, yeah? You got fame. You got money, which most people in society are chasing. Most people are chasing them two things. You've got it in abundance. Why are you holding the girl prisoner? How are you turned on by that? How are you turned on by a woman who don't want to be with you? How does that make sense? Like she don't want to be with you. She's scared of you. How does it make sense to want to keep her around? That don't make sense. That's some George Fritzl business. And then on top of that, you got dough. That's all you man sing about in hip hop. Yo, I got money, I got hoes, I got all this stuff. You're into free cuffs. You're into watching gal, or you're into watching a woman have intercourse with the next man, which is weird, but it happens out there.
Cuckold.
You're a cuckold. You can go and do that stuff without beating no one or nothing. You can literally do that stuff. People are so low in today's world and so down for money that you could literally go out there and find willing participants that would get paid to do that. How you got the girl in there, prisoner, making the girl do that? I mean, it's making me believe now that you was doing that. Because even before, I'm like, nah, I'll tell you straight. I said, nah, she was on the free cuffs and that and doing it for the money. But when you really think about it, you look at that video, she's trying to leave.
She's probably forced into everything.
Probably forced into all of that. She's trying to leave. Look at the video. She's trying to leave. She's trying to get out from you, and you ran out there, grabbed her, and then roughed her up like that to make her know, yo, you can't leave me. What we witnessed there was real domestic abuse, real, where the girls took a kick like that. Facts. And then people talk about the money. I'll tell you straight, Stephen. Mm-hmm. Good. He should have gave her another 50 mil, because what good is it you sitting behind bars? What good is it you sitting behind bars and I'm broke? My man's a personal trainer, not a narguan, and you put all of that, you inflicted all of that trauma on me. Nah, man, pay, man. That's how America runs. America runs that way. Everything's suing. So
no,
pay.
100%, Kate. But them kind of man there, she knows him because what did it take? Was it 10 years or something?
10 years.
So she definitely knows him. Other than not just his sick sexual tendencies. So she's like, you know what? I could take this criminal. But nah, you know where you hurt my man? In his pockets. And that's probably where they went down that route.
Facts. And even you know, my man's got to be the biggest idiot going, you know. Because Steven, the girl went to him off the record and said, yo, you beat me. You forced me into free cuffs. You mistreated me. You mash up my career. I need something. Immediately, I need it. And my man's turned around and said, you mad, I ain't paying you nothing, you crazy. And then she's caught. When she's caught now, she's gone and got a legal team together and said, yo, put together this document. We're going to take this man to court. Then it goes public. When it goes public, he pays her, Stephen. But instead of just paying her and saying, yo, look, how I dealt with you, you know, it was wrong. Here, what I dealt with you wrong. I can never, ever, ever give you back what you lost. But here, what? I'm going to give you this money. Yeah, hold this. And hopefully you can find peace with your family. Instead of doing something like that, you know what this man does?
Right.
The man goes and says to the world, she's lying. It's a money grab. I didn't do it. The man not imagine Stephen knowing that video's out there with you doing that to your woman and you're still online. It's not true. A, B, or C. Nah, I didn't do none of these. Knowing that video's there. So you got to think how they've hurt him, Stephen. When they've raided his yard, they've now found that tape and put that out there. Because remember, that hurts him more than anything else. Because now, after all these years, the mask has been taken off. We now know what you're on behind the scenes. He's lost all credibility. A lot of people that were in the press, not saying nothing or saying things but not tiptoeing around it. I'll give you an example. The Breakfast Club, they were tiptoeing around it, not saying nothing, being careful how they word things, allegedly, all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You see, when that video come out, they've gone crazy on him now because now he has no way of hurting no one. He has no way of mashing up no one's career. Right now, Stephen, I'm telling you right now, he would trade everything he's got for his reputation. You see all them kind of men, them moguls, them Jay-Z's, Diddy's, all them kind of top moguls in the rap world. What they hold on to more than anything else is their reputation. All of these years, you've heard that Diddy lays with man. You've heard that he robs people. You heard that he kills people. You heard that he does all these things. But he didn't care. You know why? Because no one could prove it.
It was all whispers.
It was all whispers. No one cares. Nothing could be proven. You see, now it's proven. So he can't lie no more. He can't pretend no more. My man's finished, man. Done. Bad Boy as a record label, as a staff, and as a mother effing crew. It's done.
In the
Finished.
words of Pac.
Over. And all them kind of mans. It's getting scary now for all them kind of hip hop mans and that, you know. Because now they're starting to realize, damn, them things how I was moving back in the day can catch up. Because don't think it's just him, Stephen. These man literally, look, we all grew up listening to hip hop. These man literally rap and talk about women as though they're nothing. Think about it. Think there's some tunes, you know, in rap,
Facts,
you know.
facts, Bible.
And you think about like the early 2000s, the 2010, it was all like, yo, these whores, yo, these hoes, it was all that. And look now, this is starting to catch up to these man, because how he dealt with her. I said it on the stream, but it was like a Nino Brown cancel that bitch kind of thing. You know, like them kind of vibes, like, yo, I'm a G, and that's a lot of them men. When you look at that scene in New Jack, when my man grabs up the woman and tips all the champagne on her, yeah, that was more like to say, yo, you're nothing to me. You see what I'm saying? And that's what Diddy has just put out there publicly. By behaving like that, you've shown that you don't even think people are on your level. My man can never, ever, ever, ever come back from this, ever. And trust me, he would trade everything to be able to just have his reputation. That's why you're seeing certain men not saying nothing or coming out or speaking or not, because they want this to pass.
Yeah, because they might be next on the chopping block, man.
There you go.
Because it might be like the end of the New Jack. If I'm going down, I'm taking all y'all with me. Might be the end of the New Jack, G. You might pull a Nino, you know. But the thing is, how... I'm trying to put myself into their shoes, but I can't because I'm not built like that. But I'm trying, so bear with me. How can your ego really be that big? The sister gave you a chance, you know. She come to you one way. Miley, you know what you're doing now. You see that, look, just slide me a bag of money. Nah, you're mad. And then, like you said, it come out, oh, she's lying and all. I don't know, man. You really put your soul in it. You definitely deserve all of this to come out. And I'm surprised that the individual who got paid, I know they said the hotel, but it would have been an individual or management or whoever. Surprised they took the low. offer of 50,000. Do you know what I mean? You might have got more selling it to CNN or someone.
They're not gonna think like that, Stephen, because you gotta remember that a man like, I didn't even make my point, but a man who's watching a camera, he's probably making 15, 20K a year in the States. So Diddy saying, listen, I'll give you 50K. We don't even know what else he gave him. But my man's held a copy though, like a true what they call it, blackmail or whatever, bribe.
Yeah, blackmail. No, blackmailer.
He's kept a copy of it and then released it at the right time. But yeah, he done it for the low. But if something like that could be worth $1 million, really.
But Mark, listen to what you just said. As a true blackmailer, yeah. So you took the payment and you've kept a copy and you've released it anyway. That almost makes you as bad as Diddy, man. Because obviously this could have been dealt with in 2016 when this occurrence happened, but you wanted to be scummy and take the money. And then,
No. Before you carry on, Stephen, sorry to cut you off. The feds, it's alleged that the FBI released that because they were the ones that said that Diddy he bought the tape. He had the tape in his yard. And you know, when the police raided, they found that amongst other things.
He didn't destroy the tape.
He didn't destroy the tape, no. But his son put out a diss track. Did you hear it?
Against 50. What am I listening to that for?
It's trash anyway, but in that diss track, he says, yo, the FBI, you came to the crib, you got the wrong crib. And they're saying that by taunting them, they said, okay, let's upload something real quick, show people what time it is. And that's how that came about.
Was that 50 disc before that dropped? Was it before it dropped?
The 50 disc dropped and the tape dropped the next day.
Oh, okay. I hadn't listened to it. You know what? That did nothing. No one was interested in that other than, you hear people just saying like, King Comb dropped the tape. But I haven't even heard a snippet of it. Like usually people say something and then there's a piece of the tune. Like, I haven't even heard 30 seconds of it, Mark. I just heard like, this 50 and all of that. It's like, listen, rich boy, go find something to do, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I had to rebuild my life, okay? $6,300 a month.
This is what I'm saying. So it's a situation where
they need to share a yard together.
My man, the son dropped that tune, taunted the police, and then that video's come out. But I'm glad it's came out because it solidifies who my man is. Meaning, like that looked crazy because like I said, this is a woman that's running away. There was no struggle. There was nothing like that. There was no gray area. She was running away. You've caught up to her and put that vicious beating on her, kicked her, then stamped on it. And that's in public and you're in a towel. So that shows you what lengths my man would really go to. That shows you, man. Because he done that and felt no way. Like you can see that he's still angry.
Because he had a seat, man. He didn't just beat her and go back to the room.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then what will happen now is, Stephen, and this is what I didn't want to happen, but you'll see it slowly start to happen as the time goes on. People are going to start to say, he'll come up with a mad kind of story of like some mad place that he was in and how he was taking drugs and he was drunk all the time and high all the time. That's what he'll do. And that's what he'll say to be able to win. I'm not going to say he's not going to win back a lot of people, but there'll be some people as the time go on that he'll say, you know what happened? I was down. This was going on. Like what he tried to say in that video. And then remember, the only way now to address these things, there's no other way but him talking to the world. So he's going to have to sit down and now remove the curtains. Like they say, he's going to have to remove the curtains and reveal who the Wizard of Oz is. He's going to have to reveal them things and start talking things. I'm telling you right now, within the next 3 years, he's going to do a major sit down, tell all, watch, you'll see. And in that, he's going to just say, yeah, I was taking ecstasy and I was taking coke and rare, and I was angry all the time and I wasn't myself and I went through mental. And that's how he's going to win back public.
You can try and win back everyone. You could win back the whole world, but you can't get back the express truth. Just like last week with that Jamie Waste, man. when he's setting people on fire and talking about, oh, he was drunk. Like, this is how society has fallen. Because you know what, it's still there, but you know how everyone would use the mental health. They're not right in the head. They're not right in the head. Now they've shifted, Mark. Because once you allow that narrative, you open the floodgates for everything. Because now it's what everything's going to be blamed on substance abuse now.
Yeah, exactly.
So alcohol, drugs. What's the next one? I killed 17 people. It wasn't my fault though. I was addicted to sniffing glue. Like, what's next?
Yeah, man. Because that's how they're trying to. That's how you can see that he's trying to overcome this. Because when you see when something like that comes out on a man who's in that kind of level of fame and that level of like influence, you got to think, he's got the best PR teams around him. So they knew, the only way you can't sit back and not say nothing, because that video has even made people that was defending him have to come out and say, yo, I don't know what I was defending him for. I'm sorry. You see what I mean? Because that's how bad what he did is. So literally now he's got no public opinion. And that's the worst thing for a man like that. He's been able to sway the public's opinion throughout his career. Because even when you look at the Shine situation, I remember that time. He was able to kind of get in front of cameras and put on these puppy dog eyes and start, oh, no, it wasn't. And use God and use all of this. And anytime you want black people back on your side, just say black excellence, even though you don't check no black gal or rare. But all you have to say is black excellence. Promote whole culture. Promote all of this stuff. And that's how you're really living. My man's finished, man. He's done. Stick a pin. Finished. Completely done. Even his son, career's done. There's nothing no one can do who comes from that.
No, he never have no. Sorry, okay. He never have no career. Remember, he's just riding on his dad's coattails. Because as far as if you listen to the streets and what they always used to talk about in relation to him, all he would do is remix old tunes, or remix the beats, I should say. So, like if something was a bad boy smash hit back in the day, they'd add a couple extra bass and treble and whatnot, and he'd jump on there and just talk him foolish.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, my man's done, man. He's done. That move was mad, and like I said, for Cassie, you gotta look at it like this. Like realistically, Cassie, she's the one who's been able to lift that curtain up, and you gotta think. Like a lot of people would say, "Oh, money," but yeah, pay her, man. Should give her another 50 million because God knows what the girl went through, man. God knows what the girl went through. Because, like I said, I'll say it again. Even when it came to the free costs and that, I was like, yeah, you was on that, and then just getting paid or whatnot. But when you see that video, yeah, man, when you see that video, you're like, yo, like she's trying to leave you.
Yeah, of course.
Trying to leave you and you're not letting her leave. So from that point, it might be, I'm leaning more to the side of it's true. Everything that's being alleged, even all the gay stuff and that. I'm on the side of that might all be true. Like you and all these men, because like we said previously in previous shows, these men just worship money and they'll do whatever. They'll do whatever to keep it flowing.
100%.
So
100%. It's weird, man. It's weird, man. Yeah, definitely, man. I definitely now believe everything the truth is, isn't it? That's why I asked the question earlier, like when I was like, oh, how did she finally get away? And because I knew she was with the ex personal trainer and all of that. But even so much, but when I say how she got away, I'm talking like, I don't even mean like emotionally or spiritually, I mean literally physically. Because if he was running her down, you think he really cares if there's another man in the picture? Because even that whole Kid Cudi thing, they want to have been checking and his car blew up and all of that. That's probably true as well.
Yeah, man, I believe all of that because you gotta remember with a man like him, a man like him's probably on some. No one's ever, if I don't got ya, No one's having you. He's probably one of them kind of brothers. And you have to remember as well that you're going for girls that are way younger than you. So my man's an aging man. And you're going for girls 20 years younger than you. So the insecurity levels must be crazy. And remember, Stephen,
part of the controlling element in that.
Look how much. This is why you know that these men. I'm telling you, all these men that are always talking. Any man who's constantly talking money talk, I'm telling you, he's not happy. Trust me, because all these men do is talk about money. Stephen, if we had even 10 million, you think we need to? Come on, man. You think we need to do any of that? You've got money. You've got faith. So that means that you should have some kind of freedom in regards to your time. So I just don't get it how a man's mind goes to a place like that where you want to control girl and make girl be scared of you when you was the man. You was the man. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm saying. This is why I'm a kind of man who just believes in dating within your age range, man. Because all these men that, yeah, man, I got money, I'm this, that. Once you can't use that money to control a person no more, this is what happens to these guys. I'm telling you, all of them, this is what happens because you're thinking, yeah, these men have got money, they got fame, these girls, they probably can't even have a conversation with them. And remember, he's probably so drugged up and high all the time that he's probably bad company. Remember, she's trying to run away and leave you. You have to run her down and put hands on her crazy like that. Mama's an idiot, man. Finish.
Deserves everything that comes to you, man. 100%.
Facts. Finish. And they are saying though that they can't put him behind bars for that.
Yeah, I heard that. They can't. Do you know why?
Statute of limitations on domestic violence in LA is 5 years, and that was 8 years ago, which is crazy. And remember, Stephen, as much as we don't like it, there was a legal agreement for that tape to be brought in it. So once there's a legal agreement, this ain't the reason, but let's say you've done something and I say, yo, I'm gonna pay you for that footage or whatever, and then you leak it. It depends.
Mark, sorry to cut. Yeah, can you make a legal agreement? No, because blackmail's not legal, Jay. Because in essence, blackmail, extortion, that's what it is, Mark.
True. You know
what I mean? It's not a straight up. Let me think. You and I make a film together, yeah, and then we part ways, and I sell you the film / my share of the film. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
in the comments. Tell us if you could do illegal, because we're not 100%. Tell us if you could legally do that. So if you were trying to blackmail a geezer, could you? Because ain't it all illegal? The person who sold that needs to suck their mother anyway, man. They're just as bad.
Nah, but I'm glad they released it though, because remember, my man was able to lie. Because even a few days ago, Stephen, he put on Instagram. God. Yeah. The more that time goes on, the truth will come out. Imagine being that cocky, knowing there's a video of you putting hands and feet on girl like that.
Man, there's probably all kind of blooming videos.
Yeah, man.
Of him doing all sorts, man. Because I heard the audio with Meek.
What was that? Remind me on that one.
Them apparently they're making love, man.
For real?
And you heard the audio, and he's like, F me and all. Man, that man has some bad man, fam.
Probably, yeah, I'll have to check. I'll check that after this. But yeah, man.
That's on YouTube, G. YouTube. Obviously, there's no video, but I'm talking the audio. It's on YouTube, man.
Yeah, man, I'll check
that.
Man. Yeah, them man are finished, man. Them man are done.
Lightning for them man there, man.
It's done. Diddy, like I said, as a record label, as a staff, and as a mother effing crew. It's done. And you know what it is? You know when people say, can you separate the art from the artist? Yeah, you can.
Not in this regard.
Not in this regard, definitely not. And you got to think, a lot of them old school R. Kelly, Diddy now.
No, let me not say that. You know why I'm not going to say that? Sorry to cut you off. Because you just mentioned his name. People still listen to Chaos Blood. And the only thing worse than what Diddy done is messing with kids. So, you can. And people do.
Nah, you're right. Is
not saying it's right, but people do it.
Nah, facts. And you got to think now, when you really look at it now, I'd say that's the biggest cancellation, rightly deserved cancellation, but it's the biggest cancellation since all of this stuff's been going on with Diddy, because
They finally got it right, eh?
yeah, man, they got it right, because this is a dude who, come on, man, my man's lived throughout eras, man. Because even not even too long ago, when we watched the MonsterVerse, the Godzilla thing, he done the soundtrack for the 1997 one, you know, or 2000, whichever one it was.
The OG one,
the OG one when they've done the New York one, and that was
you're right,
24 years ago. My man's lived throughout eras. Like, imagine having that kind of longevity in a field and remaining relevant, being able to sign talent, and you mess that up. You completely mess it up, all because you're a freak, and you want to control people, and you want people to be scared of you, and you want to be a gangster, and you've messed it up. And that just goes to show you, man, like, this is what I say, there's no such thing as an untouchable. There's not no money that makes you untouchable. There's not no fame that makes you untouchable. There's not no power that makes you untouchable. There's a lot of people, you know, that will accept money for wrongdoings. So a man batters you, or a man does this and then offers you some money. Oh, I'll give you 10 grand to forget about that. There's some people. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are still like, nah, I'm not on it. Like, I'm not on that. I'm exposing you. And that's what happened. And this is a big one. And remember, like you said, she came to him quietly, first of all, you know. She came to this man quietly, first of all, and said, yo, I need something for what you put me through. And now we've seen the video. We know that ain't far-fetched to ask for nothing. We know that. We know that. We know it's not far-fetched to ask for nothing when you've been through that. Because like I said, let's keep it real. People will say, oh, she's not pursuing criminal proceedings, but then at the same time, for what? So what? So you're going to sit behind bars, you're still rich, you're still going to lie, which we've seen that he tried to do. Pay her, man. Pay her, because like you said, Stephen, she probably knows that's the only way to hurt this man. But one thing I will want to say, before we wrap this up, does this put to bed that debate now of people who pay out lawsuits, civil lawsuits, and then people say, oh, that's not an admission of guilt? I believe this halfway puts that to bed, because my man paid, and then when everyone was saying, nah, you wouldn't pay like that if you didn't do nothing, and then a lot of other people were saying, nah, it's not an admission of guilt, which that is true in the eyes of the law, it's not. But I think now,
I don't personally. I know what you're saying, and I know you've always halfway felt like it is. Me, I don't know. In this regard, 100%. But I feel like when I say I don't know, I feel like you have to take it case by case. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because if it was, because all we can do is look at it from how we would deal with it. If it was a situation where you know you haven't done anything, my pride isn't going to let me just pay you.
Yeah.
But everyone's different, you know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know, man.
Yeah, man. And he paid out. So from the day when he paid out, that's when I knew, yeah, man, my man definitely, there's definitely some smoke. See what I'm saying? And now that that's come out, and you're just thinking to yourself, that's worse than anything you could have imagined that's going on in that type of world. But yeah, mental, man. Absolute mental. But what can you say? What can you say, man? This is why celebrity worship needs to become a thing of the past.
It's not good, man.
Because these folks, they're just people, man, and they've got their own issues. But what they do is, well, when it comes to rap, anyway, what they do is they make this big deal out of money and just make money the number one thing. Like, you'll even see it on social media when you'll have a conversation going on and someone's making a valid point and the other person will say, yeah, but I got more money than you though. Or yeah, but I got money though. It doesn't matter. You see what I mean? That's what hip hop did. So now we're starting to see that ain't true. Because the first thing what my man says is, I was on ground zero, man. I had to take therapy, man. The dark parts of my life, man. Yeah, because it doesn't matter that you had money. You know that having money doesn't mean that you're free from the issues of life. If anything, and he said it himself, more money, more problems. And that's what they need to be showing, not only the youth, but all these other people that are so besotted and obsessed with material trinkets that, yo, you did lead them into a burning house. You did lead a lot of them into a burning house, because a lot of people who love hip hop and who are obsessed with hip hop truly believe that it's all about the dollar, it's all about money, that's all it's about. And you see him with these, man. These guys can barely sleep at night, trust me. They can barely sleep at night based on the madness that not only they've taken part in, but what they've inflicted onto other people, man. So that's all I gotta say, man. It's unfiltered, unbiased.
Gang.
Greatest show on earth, man. Express truth.
We have, yeah, man.
That's it, people.
Hi, guys. We get a lot of questions about how I get my hair and my waves so silky smooth. So I'm gonna let you in on the secret now. We have these 100% satin do-rags. These are good for all hair types and textures. Whether you have waves, whether you've got plaits, whether you've got dreads, whether you just want to keep your hair flat. Gents as well. This is for the man, them, you know. Don't tell anyone I told ya. If you want to extend that haircut, then throw on your do-rag, man. Tie it at night, you roll around, it flattens the hair. Ladies, you get your nice little do on, you want to look good, you got a big date coming up. Tie it down, boo. You don't need to worry about it messing up when you wake up. You jump up. Come, so you're ready for road, man. 100% satin do-rags. Click the link in the bio.